Right, guys, so welcome to grade 11. We are starting our first chapters as quadratic equations. Now, we've done that last year, but we're going to add a lot to it, okay? This first little session is just a reminder of how we solved quadratic equation last year. So if I had the quadratic equation like that, x squared minus 5x equals 6. I want to find what x is. First of all, can I ask you, normally, do we get one solution, two solution, three solution? What do we normally get when we have a quadratic equation? Normally two. Sometimes just one, but normally two. Okay, sometimes we'll even have none. But because we have that square, that quadratic, what makes it quadratic, we think, okay, we're hopefully going to have two solutions here. How do we solve it? Do you remember? What must I do? Move it to the other side. So let's put everything to the side. So I'll do minus 6. Minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. You want 0 on this side. Okay, and then what do we do? Factorization. So that's the only solution, the way of solving it we learned last year. Like I said, next lesson already we're going to learn another method. But for now we're factorizing it. Okay? So that's what we called, even in grade 9, we called it trinomial. So we put the x and the x here, right? And then we know that we have two numbers here. If I multiply these two numbers, what should I get? Negative 6. If I add these two numbers, what should I get? Negative 5. Can you think of a number?
Negative 2 and 3.
Well, negative 2 times negative 3 is going to give you plus 6.
6 and 1.
Yes. So one of them will be minus though. Which one will be the minus? Minus 6. Okay, so minus 6 plus 1. You see, when you're multiplying, then you get minus 6. When you add them, you get the minus 5. If we did minus 2 and minus 3, it will give us the minus 5. It will give us a plus. Okay, we happy with that? And then, okay, we're not finished. This is the factorization bit. The next thing, we need to find the solution. So what are the solution? X equals 6 or 1 or minus 1. Okay? All right? Remember that stuff? Okay, now let's do another example. Are you happy with me carrying on? Okay, because you don't need to practice, hopefully. I'll get you to practice at home. Okay, so now we have something like this. 4x squared equals 36x minus 32. I'll start with what Simon said. Let's move everything to the left. I like to keep the x squared positive. Okay? So we're going to have 4x squared minus 36x plus 32 equals 0. Oh. Okay, now I've got a problem. I can't really factorize it straight away because I only factorize it like that because there were no numbers next to the x squared. Now I have a number. What should I do, Finn?
Get a common factor.
You can get a common factor. What's the common factor here?
4.
4. Okay, so luckily here what I can do is take away the 4. Okay, and then I'm going to write x squared minus
6. No, 8.
9x plus 8 equals 0. So I was lucky here, I could get the 4, and look, now I've got the x squared without the numbers. Yeah? What should I do now? If 4 times something equal to 0, what can I do to that equation?
Can you cancel the 4?
I can cancel the 4. But when we say cancel the 4, how do I do it? What do I actually do? I divide both sides of the equation by 4. You're allowed to do that. I can multiply, divide, or add to an equation, whatever I want, as long as it's to both sides. So I write it. I know in South Africa we don't often write, but that's how if I write that means I'm dividing both sides by 4. Okay, normally you guys see it like this, divide that by 4, divide by 4. It's the same thing. Okay, so let's rewrite it. So I'm going to have x squared minus 9x plus 8 equals 0. Now, look, I got rid of it. I'm back to this. X squared is on its own, so I can factorize it again. Okay, what numbers am I going to have now?
Negative 8 and negative 1.
Negative 8 and negative 1, you're absolutely right. Okay, negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8, and we add them, you get 9. Cool. Cool bananas, okay? So x is equal to?
Negative 8 or negative 1. 8 and 1.
8 and 1, okay? Because, look, it's always like the opposite side, right? Because I need to think which x will turn this thing whole to 0. Well, it's just either this has to be 0 or this has to be 0, because 0 times anything is 0. So x is either equal to 8 or to positive 1. Are we happy with that? Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second, see if you want to ask something. How do I pause this? I don't know if I can pause it.